Is this outdated? Yes. Do I care? No. This is my fucking channel. I'll do whatever I want when I want. Go cry yourself a river. So many games, man. Just so many. Not games just from 2021, but this year already is becoming impactful. Having games out like Sifu, Shadow Warrior 3, which was one of my most anticipated games of the year. But once Elden Ring came out, it's like none of that matters anymore, because my most anticipated game has already came out and lifted my expectations way higher than I ever imagined it to be. Then of course WWE 2K22. After that awful 2K20, I knew this time around it would be at least better than 2K22, but oh man, it's way better than I thought. Right now my two main games are Elden Ring and WWE 2K22. Let's get away from that for now and talk about how awesome 2021 was. From the indies to role-playing to the action and adventures. I recently got my PS5, so I was able to play Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart and Demon Souls, both awesome titles. Let's sum up 2021 in a nutshell. Good, bad, terrible. Who the fuck can remake this? Phenomenal. Haven't played and I want to, but since I have no friends, very bad game. Want to play these so bad. Shit. Masterpiece. Okay, now that we got those out the way, let's begin, shall we? Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention, Halo Infinite, since it came out so late, it counts as a 2022 game. One of my favorites so far, although the year just started, that a game that won't be leaving my top 10 best games of 2022. And I also was surprised enjoying myself on Fortnite's Chapter 3 Season 2 when Spider-Man pulled up, and it was great from the start. Then the matchmaking happened, so I stopped playing. Anyways, here is Hypebeastman's top 10 games of 2021. Let's roll in. Without wasting any time, it was a close one, boys, as Cyberpunk makes its way in the 10th spot on my list, and it's thanks to its recent update this project had to be on my list. When it first came out, I had zero problems with it, so I just ran around killing gangs and cops around Night City until I got in depth with the story and realized how unappreciated this development from CD Projekt really is. I get that it didn't have a good launch at release, or the bugs, or cars flying around, but I blame you people for rushing anyways. The fuck? Y'all are the type to blame anyone but themselves. Just let the developers do their thing, man. Fuck off, cause no one ever likes you. Okay, back into the 5. Yes, Cyberpunk is one of my favorite games to drop in 2021. So I say give it another shot and don't be such a pussy. Fuck you up, motherfucker! No, I'll fuck you up, motherfucker! Yeah, here, you get to play as John Wick himself. What is there to complain about? So, yeah, what more can you ask? Blue Fire is one of these games where I may guess I wouldn't have liked it if I gave it a try. I was wrong. In fact, the very beginning of last year, it was in my top 3 games of 2021. But, well, you see how far we've come. Blue Fire is an indie platforming action game developed by Graffiti Games that's fun, enjoyable, relaxing, and filled with problematic challenges that can make the player want to play a different game. Just kidding. It's not that hard, though there are challenges. As it may mention in the description, through the journey you'll run into plenty of omniscient beings, gods, corruptions, and very playful characters, but also meaningful ones as the game processes. One thing about me is that I love indie games. Part of that has to do with discovery. It's different, or at least feels different, whenever I discover and play these hidden games, which brings us into the number 8 spot on our list. Oh man, speaking of my love for indie projects, the game bakers really cooked something up with this one, as you discover and fight for survival, stranded on a planet in which is unknown about. 2 couples set off on a journey to find parts, ways to fix their nest, aka the ship. And as you're doing all that, you'll come to realize how bumpin' the soundtrack is, as discovering these new areas. I mean, shit, I know I did have to have the soundtrack saved on my Spotify playlist. Haven is honestly an indie game I would actually recommend if I saw someone in person and I know who plays games like that and say, listen, you gotta try this shit out, man. And if you're not, your mama dropped your head as a kid And she doesn't love you, bitch. Alright, you know what? Haven's ideally concept and rhythm has me wanting to replay it myself. And, it was fun to me, and I loved every moment of it. I'm basically fanboying the shit out of this game. This shit is just so fucking creative. There's no way for me to just mix it all up and say, it's nothing. Bro, it's something, alright. Trust me. This game is definitely one of my all-time favorite games of last year. I knew Necromundo was going to be at least somewhat good. No way did I expect it to somehow make it into my top 10 games of 2021. I even stated I had some problems with it myself, even was my most viewed video on YouTube until something took the throne. Okay, never mind. No, you just forget all that. Necromundo is a gang collecting bounties, and you take your dog on a walk. That's all. Really, it's rare for me to say the gameplay here matters more than the actual story, cause it's sorta dull. But it makes up for it by having one of the most intense gameplays of the year. It feels like a mix between two formulas of Doom and Wolfenstein, paving the way for the OGs of the first-person shooter genre. It's fucking dope as hell. There is no other way of explaining it, my boys, honestly. This is probably the least most things I have to say about a game that I liked it from last year, because there is nothing much to it. It's one of those games where there's no need to explain it. You just play it and you see for yourself all these actions, explosions, characters. You get the best of them all in a first-person shooter genre. It's so good, man. Something about Metroidvania developments have a special place in my heart. That's the formula in which Lilies brings so rare since it's an indie. But then again, that shouldn't be no surprise here. It has an immense tense story and is quite a difficult game, but not impossible. One of many reasons of my love for Metroidvanias is although it's 2D, there's much added here. And it blows my mind to see how development and game designing has come so far as its settings become more clear, and it pops out even further. What I'm trying to say is that the tone here really sets up the story without you having to search up what's going on. And the writers here does it so well, it's insane. Now, it also won my soundtrack of the year. Yeah, cause holy shit, I still can't get over how fucking nuts this game really was, man. Every part's an idea, and how well connected each character represented the story without you realizing that, holy hell, like this is it right here. Like this was it. Every moment of Lilies gave me the thought and feeling like, wow, man, it was one of those games, indeed. Now here's when boys become men, as we're already in the top 5, and what better way to start with my most anticipated Nintendo game of 2021, Metroid Dread, which originally, in fact, was supposed to be Metroid Prime 4, but instead we got something even better. A game that was possibly in development since the mid-2000s, way over a decade ago since it originally was announced. And now the godfather of the Metroidvanias has returned to take his throne rightfully where it belonged. And oh boy, it didn't disappoint, not one bit. This shit is hard. I won't even quote you on those Android bitches. They are a problem. Everything else is amazing. The bosses are amazing. Samus is still a badass and unfazed no matter how many times I've died. I've kept going back. It's energetic, electrifying, and it's just an instant masterpiece. And I still need to go back and complete it. I'm almost there. It's just that when there's so many games out there that I'm into, I kind of just switch it up. Luckily, I don't do that anymore. But yes, Metroid Prime, what a game, man. My 2021 most anticipated game of the year did not disappoint me at all. Sure, it wasn't the most memorable, but still one of the more enjoyable ones I played. Every time I got bored on my Xbox, I'd go back and play this. Also, fun fact, I reviewed this, and not only it was my most viewed video of 2021, it was my most viewed review video, and is also my last. I really thank you guys for that, and I love making reviews. It's my way of expressing my love for video games and why I consider them art. I don't give a fuck what people may say on Back for Blood, it was perfect in my eyes. Well, not so perfect comparing it to its ancestors, but perfect enough for it to be less stressful. Well, unless your team is shit when facing the final boss fight online, because I cannot express how many times I died to this boss because of my weak, abusive team. Doesn't matter. I still had fun experiencing the return of the Left 4 Dead creators. So glad that this finally came out, and I am proud to say that for my anticipated game, you know, there were so many other games out there that I loved more than this. But I'm just so glad we see these creators back from my childhood. It brings a smile to my face. True Colors is breathtaking. It's different, and it's nothing like I expected. Maybe because I avoided watching the trailers. These days kind of gives everything away from the most promising parts of the game and feels less exciting than I wouldn't be when it launched. Thank God I made the right decision, because my excitement didn't disappoint me. I love LIS series, and since the first and Before the Storm became remastered, I'm even more excited to replay these games. I feel like I'm being spoiled here. My favorite games are being remastered. My most anticipated games didn't even disappoint me, and I'm here talking about them with you. That's the icing on the cake. The characters, bright, immense designing, the evolution, the capabilities, and of course whatever choices being made by the player can affect the future, whenever the decision were right or wrong. Truly spectacular experience, and definitely brings more than food on the table within the series as kind of average game of Life is Strange 2 was. These other ones may have exceeded those expectations way higher than I've ever thought. It's just stupendous. This one right here is not what I expected. First off, I didn't even think it would even make it on the list since I didn't own the PS5 yet. But now since I own both the Xbox Series and the PS5, more games for me to enjoy. What's even more mind-blowing to me is that I didn't even think it would top the original game. Don't get me wrong, I was anticipating for this too, but to little so high that it bounces its way all the way to the number 2 spot drives me nuts. I grew up on the series and still own the PS2 games, but the whole theme of Rift Apart to escalating battles quickly, Rift to teleports either different locations or different worlds completely threw me off. I consider Rift Apart to be the best Ratchet and Clank game, humbly speaking. Splitting different worlds, becoming the female version of Ratchet, and just seeing my boy Ratchet and Clank back brought some tiny tears in my eyes with that nostalgic feeling. Simply one of the best games of 2021. It's in my top 3, baby! But there was one game that exceeded way higher than I ever thought. Out of all these games, one just left my mind completely out of this world. An indie Metroidvania by Studio Koba and Team 17 to work together to create a game that was perfection. I would have a real rough time explaining why Naruto Boy is a game not only I love, but cherish. The 80s retro theme, the stunning visuals, the amount of time spent and put in work to battle your way in the digital kingdom, offering a well-balanced power-up system and special combat features to never feel like the player is alone. From beginning to end, Naruto from the start was just, it wasn't even on my mind when I was talking about my most anticipated games of the year. Fast forward, I have it as my best game of 2021. From turning into Big Naruto, to fighting the most hard-hitting bosses, and fighting your ways to save what was taken from you. Naruto Boy isn't just my favorite game to come out 2021 for me. It is indeed my game of the year for the best games of 2021. And well, that's a wrap, my boys. Oh man, I'm so glad I finally got a chance to create this video. It's been in production, and I kid you not, it's been in production for at least 2 or 3 months, which is usually like roughly that exact amount when I take my time with actually making the video for it to actually pop out. than my other videos. It's usually my better videos compared to the ones I finished in like a day or two, maybe 3 if I'm having a little difficult time. But despite that, guys, you know, I've just been so busy keeping up, and well, this actually is my last year on the channel. I'm just so glad I got this done, you know, gone and done. So anyways, this may be it for scripting. Then a final boss fight for Elden Ring, and of course my farewell for the channel. But I had so much fun, and I cannot ignore my best times I've had with, you know, just everyone that was involved in the channel. So thank you all so much for the journey. I really appreciate it. And well, hope you enjoyed the video, and peace, y'all!